Hey there, everybody. How you doing? I'm Gary, and this is Physical Format Rock and Roll. Thanks for tuning in. So, hey, I've got some VCLT, and I've got a bunch of vinyl finds. So let's get to the VCLT first. From my very good friend, George Allen. George has sent me something here that I will show you in just a second. Make sure if by chance you haven't checked out George Allen, it's George Allen's LPs and CDs. Please go check him out. I know most of you already know him. George is one of the nicest guys in the vinyl community. Everybody loves George. If you don't, there's probably something wrong with you. George is one of my best friends in the VC. He has been for quite a while now. Pretty much almost as soon as I joined up, him and I started liking each other's videos. We always watch each other's videos. Sometimes it takes us a while to get to them because, we're old and we forget things. But George is a great guy. And anyway, he always sends a good letter with his stuff here. I'm going to read you the letter, not the first part because it's just kind of something in between me and him. But here he says, you have mentioned that you didn't have a complete version of The Who's Tommy. So now you do. It is really appropriate that you listen to it from beginning to end. Every collector worth his salt should say that, yes, I have listened to it at least once all the way through. You might find that you enjoy it that way. So this is fantastic. I actually never have owned this album. Obviously, I know a lot off of it, but I have never owned the complete album. So now I have it on CD, thanks to George. There's another one here. He says, along with that, I am a big proponent of Frank Zappa's music. And to me, nothing illustrates that more than Hot Rats. This will require a little more open-mindedness to listen to that than Tommy, but I believe that since you are a big blues fan, you will find some of the tracks to your task. Eventually, you might like all of it. All I can say is sit back, relax, and enjoy. George. George, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. I've never heard any of this. I really know very, very little of Frank Zappa, except the song about, don't eat the yellow snow type thing. So I'm looking forward to this. Really glad to own this. Kind of embarrassed that I didn't own it before this, but now, thank you very much, George. Please go check out George Allen. He is awesome. Okay, on to some vinyl finds. Got some great deals. First, I'll show one CD. I picked up NXS X. Of course, this has Suicide Blondes on it. Great album. Now, on to some vinyl. Now, a lot of this vinyl here, I got a nice stack of vinyl that was very cheap, $1 each, believe it or not. I don't know, I kind of felt like JT or JC when I came out of this place, because that's the kind of stuff they get. So first off, I got the Ventures Christmas album, which I will admit, this one, the vinyl is not where I would normally want it to be, but this was $1. I couldn't pass it up. I love this cover. The record is playable, but this is basically a placeholder for me, because I don't normally see this particular Ventures album, and that cover is super awesome. Next up, from 1983, I have self-titled Genesis album. I know this is not a lot of people's favorite Genesis, but, this has what? Mama, That's All's on there. This was $1, keep in mind. Look at that vinyl. I mean, that vinyl is fantastic. So, happy to find that one. This next one, I tell you the truth, I would have bought this for the cover alone. This is 1967, Glen Campbell, By the Time I Get to Phoenix. Title track on this album, of course, is fantastic. It's written by Jimmy Webb. And, gosh, this is actually a really good album. Another one, this is on the Rainbow Capital. Look at that. I mean, that looks amazing. And that cover, I love that cover. I just think that is so cool, so 60s looking. Glen Campbell sitting there with his guitar case. that's great. Now, the next 3 albums here, I made a point. It was funny because, you know, I'd seen some other people talk about them, never owned an album by this band. It is the Alan Parsons Project. And so I thought, you know, the next time I go out record digging, I'm going to try to find some. Well, guess what? I did. I found this. This is some best of compilation. Now, this is from 1977, so, you know, it only has some of their early stuff. They only had a couple albums out by that time. Arista is the label on that. And then I also got Pyramid. This is from 1978. Now, this one actually still has, I got it in cover, but it still has shrink wrap on it. So this record is in really good shape. Once again, these are all still part of my dollar records. So I'm going to find out if I like Alan Parsons Project or not. And then for the third one of them, I got The Turn of a Friendly Card. This is from 1980. And this is in pretty good shape too. I don't know if you can see that through there, but I won't take the time to take that out. But that was pretty good. So I got 3 Alan Parsons projects for $3. Let's see. This is from 1977. I just picked this one up. Janis Ian, Miracle Row. Don't really know anything about this album, but I like Janis Ian, and the record is in good shape. And for $1, I'm not passing that up. Next, now here's a really pretty good deal for $1. I got Stop Making Sense. This is the club edition. So I don't know what that means. I know it looks different than the one that Jeff Witcher showed on his favorite live albums. And, you know, this was the soundtrack to that film that they had out by John Demme, right? And this album here, look at that. That looks perfect. And it plays fantastic. So this is my first Talking Heads vinyl. I've had CD, but I've never had anything by them on vinyl. So to find this album for $1, super happy on that. Here's another one that was $1. Really happy to find. This is from 1966. This is a Kinks Greatest Hits compilation. So this is by Reprise, and once again, that is in very good shape, and you can see the songs on there. This is all the real early songs of theirs, and this is also in mono, so very happy with that. Now, these next 2 were not part of that batch. These were not dollar records, but neither one of them was very expensive. I got from, what is this? This is from 80. I can't remember if this is from 82 or 3. I think it's 82. The debut by The Fix, Sheltered Room. Of course, this had their big hits. Red Skies at Night, and what? Stand or Fall. Stand or Fall is the other one on here, the big hit. Good album. I like The Fix quite a bit, so happy to find a nice copy of that. It's very clean. And then I found a really nice copy of this album. Super happy to find this. Combat Rock by The Clash, which this is on Epic. It's hard for me to, I don't know how much luck you guys have, but for me to find The Clash out in the wild, as opposed to just like, you know, a reissue, a new reissue or something, to buy a used copy is quite the big deal for me. So really happy to get this. This is from, I think, 82 also. Of course, you know, it has Rock the Casbah, Should I Stay or Should I Go? But it also has Straight to Hell, which is one of my all-time favorite songs by The Clash. There you go, guys. Those are my latest vinyl finds and my VCLT from my very good friend, George Allen. Please go check him out. What do you think of some of these pickups? Hey, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I'm Gary. This is Physical Format Rock and Roll. Until the next time, my friends, I will see you down the road.